Hello, hello, hello. Back in the saddle again. Back in the sanctuary of Pete's Place. Back on the Standout podcast on Standout TV. Hello, everyone. Today we're joined by our friend. Well, me and Ozzy, my sidekick. Joined by our
stop saying
friend.
that.
Huh?
Change the narrative, man. Change the
What do you
narrative.
want the narrative to be?
Bro, partners in crime, innit?
Alright. So what, it's a 50-50 thing. Alright.
Thank you.
Me and Ozzy were joined by our friend, another person we have with us today, Elbow, from up north.
We should do something
from
cooler, like
Manchester.
head, shoulders, knees, and elbow.
Wow.
I'm up from Manchester. Stop saying I'm from Manchester as well. I'm up from Manchester.
I guess we'll get on to that. Wait, before I start, before we get started, I just want to say something. I want to say something myself personally. So obviously, wait, I introduced Elbow, right? That was a
Yeah,
good
you did that.
introduction. You happy with that introduction?
That was good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Happy with that
So-
introduction?
Well, I don't know.
What?
The first bit was good, and then it went a bit.
I was happy with that introduction. I was happy with that introduction for Elbow. I just wanted to check he's happy with that.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Alright, I want to say something, guys. So obviously, we all watch TV. We all watch Power.
All right.
Power is shit. Let's be straight up. Power has become... No, we can get into this. We can debate this.
Cool.
But I'm nanologuing
Nana's
right
thoughts,
here.
go for it.
Nana's
Nana's thoughts.
This is what stood out to me this week while I was watching Power, because
You still watched it this week?
I still watch it because
You still watch
listen,
it?
it's like put it this way. If you're wanking and you're thinking halfway through, why am I wanking? You're still gonna finish off the wank. Do you know what I'm saying?
Analogy is that? What?
That
It's true.
It's
but-
true. You ain't gonna stop
Like-
halfway through and be like, "What am I doing?" You're gonna carry on
you're-
going to the end.
you're done.
I've been too invested in Power to like just stop watching it. It is terrible, but
not terrible.
I have to finish it.
But carry on. Go for it.
Anyway, this last episode, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't care if people have seen it or they haven't. I don't care how many days has it been out now.
Came out on Sunday, right?
What are the
Netflix
rules?
on
What are the
Monday.
rules for spoilers anyway? What are the
24
rules?
hours.
no
that's
one's
all I
watching
give it.
Power, so it won't matter anyway.
Alright. So
Only you
yeah,
and Ozzy give a shit
whatever.
about it.
Anyway, this last episode was all about Tommy because they're doing a thing now. Everyone's getting their own episode, and it was actually really good. It was probably one of the best top. If you had to do a top 5 episode, top 10 episode of Power, it would be in there. Great
On
episode.
ever or from this season.
Ever. It was a great episode. We're gonna digress if we go into that, but it was a great episode. But what I want to say is, while I was watching it, and obviously everyone, I'd say 70% of people, apart from people that, Ghost, he's so good looking, whatever. Tommy is your favorite character because he's just sick. He's
real.
He's real. The way he says motherfucker, everything about Tommy's wavy. And then I just thought at the end of it, I was like, you know what? Tommy is the greatest TV character named Tommy of all time. Now, you might come and you might argue with me and say Tommy Shelby
Hold
this,
on.
Tommy Shelby that.
Hold on.
But I think Tommy Egan from Power is
What
the
about
greatest
Tommy from
character.
Power Rangers, though?
Tommy from Rugrats as well.
Oh,
shit.
see? Here we go. Thank you. See, I'm not gonna lie. I went on Google today because, by the way, I just want to say we just have fun. We just have a laugh on this podcast. We don't really do no research. We're just out here chatting.
I've not laughed
Our
once yet, and I've been here
We
20
believe.
minutes. I'm just saying.
And I'm not gonna lie, I did Google characters named Tommy before I come here.
Cool.
And nothing come up because I was like, at least I need to be able to give. And you guys just hit me with 2 more. Tommy from Power Rangers. And what was he? Just the red one, no?
He was Red Ranger.
I'm colorblind, and I have no idea.
Fuck
Jesus.
off, you're colourblind.
Yeah, but
Swear.
Ah, damn it.
Sure. Learn something new every day. All right.
That's like, what?
yeah, I just don't remember. Yeah,
Alright.
never think of things as colours.
Hold
Otherwise,
on.
I'll
So
get-
Tommy, all right. So we're scrapping Tommy because Elbow don't know Tommy.
He must know Tommy, man. He's like the main one.
yeah, I don't know, man.
Not the white. The
Well,
colours.
anyway, someone's gonna come and argue with me.
I know. I can tell which one's white.
Someone's gonna come and argue.
Red
with
and
me.
green, I get fucked up with.
Someone's
Blue and
gonna
black.
come and argue with me and say Tommy Shelby, but I'm telling you, Tommy Egan from Power is probably the
Tommy
greatest
Shelby.
Tommy on
People
TV
only
of
like
all
him because
time.
he's good looking as well. I think.
That's what I mean. I'm watching what's it called? What's he even on? Peaky Blinders. I watch that now and I'm a bit like.
No, Peaky Blinders.
Peaky
No,
Blinders,
Peaky
no,
Blinders
right.
is sick.
Peaky
but I'm
Blinders is
saying
like Power as well because it's a shit program with good characters.
good characters.
So
That is
it's
true.
the actual characters people like.
and
it's
it's sort
not
of the
the
same
show.
thing
The show's
every
kind of
season.
shit.
Yeah, recycle story, just going over and over again.
But
It's just daft as well.
if
It's like
I'm
how many
just-
people can you shoot and just
Exactly.
not
Oh
go
yeah,
to jail?
by the way, yeah,
It's
Tommy
just-
Egan. Yeah, so fake gets away with murder
Who's that?
every day, every episode.
Last episode, he killed, what, 6 people?
6 people on road. I'm like,
killed all of them, all
just
of them.
out here just murdering. But he's real, and I just felt an affinity. You know when you feel an affinity to a character, and when he rode off into the sunset, I was sort of like, I've lost my
He
friend.
rode off into the sunset.
Yeah,
he
he's
rolled
gone
off
to
and
LA.
came regularly, and I thought that was hard, man.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what, like I've just lost a friend.
That's good.
I just lost a friend, and I just wanted to say, like, you are the greatest Tommy of. Like the rest of England might want to fight me, but he's the greatest Tommy character of all time in terms of TV, because TV is such a big thing now. TV's as big as film now. I'd say.
What about Tommy Robinson?
Tommy
Yeah,
Robinson?
man. Sorry, hold on. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is, man.
Ain't he, what is it?
EDL.
EDL.
Oh,
Jeez. So all right. So let's get to the crux of today. Actually, I was a good way to lead it on because all you lot voted Brexit anyway. So
we didn't.
I'd say the majority of where you're from is the reason why we're in the position.
can't say
we are
that.
now.
You
it was
can't
out of
say
London, the majority of people that
voted Brexit. Yeah. True or false?
I don't know. I know a lot of people did vote Brexit.
So Elbow is our mate. He's from Preston. But I always say he's from Manchester because to me, all up north
Same
is the
thing.
same. Yeah, same thing. He's turned up today with a Stella, energy, the good stuff, the minerals. He's moved down to the Big Smoke. How long you been here for now?
2 and a bit years.
2 and a bit years. So he's moved down for 2 years, and really we're just here to just have a chat. The differences, Northerners, Southerners. Why do we hate each other? Because there is a little hate there, isn't it? There is a hate there.
Nah, I like Aussie. It's just you I hate.
Thank you very much.
I love you, but there is for some reason I don't know if it's football, whatever, but just a difference in how he feels, living here. Because I know he don't even like it. I know he doesn't.
Can you answer that, please? What do you think? How are you finding it?
I like it. Otherwise, I would have gone home. I'm not here. I'm not held
Facts.
here by. I'm not like a hostage, bro.
You're getting your money, though.
Yeah, there's no jobs where I'm from, so I had to leave.
Do you think
That's
you
why
have to move to London, where you're from, to make a...
Nah, that's why I moved to Manchester from Preston, because there's no jobs in Preston. Unless I was gonna be like a builder or something, and I went on a building site once for like 2 days, and I was shit. I was terrible.
Like,
And I'm Polish as well, so I should have been good at it, and I'm just not.
Should have been in your blood. But you, obviously, like, you work in media. Media in Manchester, it's blown up now. The BBC and everything up there. Like, but why did you still feel like you had to make the jump down here? Like,
Just got offered loads more money.
fair enough.
Yeah,
Simple. It was like,
that's about it.
and my girlfriend got offered a job at the same time, so it was like
Nice.
Do
easy,
this
nice
together,
timing.
the
Yeah.
experience. Yeah, I like that. I just want to say, there goes the trend.
I want to ask them, what's Preston got?
Huh?
They got a football team.
Yeah, Preston North
They
End.
got Nando's.
We just
You
built
got
one 3
Nando's.
weeks ago. Yeah.
What, you just got a Nando's 3 weeks ago?
development,
I know.
Culture. Oh,
We've had a Nando's for ages. Like,
I was
fucking
about
come
to
on,
say.
dickheads.
So obviously,
What do you think?
So when you moved up, Aussie, like, we're educating Aussie here. He's very... But you've been to more
Yeah.
places up north than me, to be honest with you. I've only been to Newcastle.
just Newcastle and Liverpool.
When did you go Liverpool? Oh, yeah, for a
Yeah.
night out.
Not in like,
Yeah, literally, you just went hotel out,
Oh,
hotel
boom.
train home.
yeah. That's it. It's my culture.
Was that other people, different
To be fair,
accents?
When I went to Newcastle, I did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But
Didn't
that's
see
what
none of
you
the city.
know it for, though. You only know it for really just like they're like it's the best place to go for a night out, and they say the
Yeah.
strip clubs there are banging
think
as
so.
well.
Actually, hold on.
Friend
Leamington
told me,
Spa.
not saying I've been myself.
Is that near Preston?
I don't know where Leamington Spa is.
Where?
Like, that's Midlands, isn't it?
What?
I've been there for a bit.
Where?
Leamington Spa?
More Midlands, yeah.
Yeah, that's more
The
Midlands.
Midlands.
Yeah.
It's not Preston, is it?
No.
All right, cool. It's up north. All right. Carry on.
It's Watford, so he was just like, that's the north. Fuck it.
But obviously, so when you moved here, you moved north, like north of the river.
North London, yeah.
Why did you pick north over south? Obviously, there's a north-south divide going here. Pete's ears are peaking up now. He's like, no, I gotta stand up for south.
I came here, obviously moved with my girlfriend. I think I might have moved south.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was just scared all the time.
So south.
Yeah,
Could've what
just
she heard.
anywhere that was
It's
a bit,
true.
anywhere that was a bit rough as well. Because when we first moved
Yeah.
we moved to Cali Road, like right next to, there was like a prison across the road from where we came to.
Yeah,
we was only there for, we was only there for like 5
where
days.
we went that time.
We was there for like temporary until we moved into our actual flat, and she was like, I don't want to fucking live
so-
around
Live
here.
there, yeah.
And then we went to Highbury, and we lived in like 1 bedroom in a nice house in Highbury for a year.
That must
Cool.
have cost you some money.
No, because we had 1 fucking room in the house, so it was cheap.
Oh, just like a...
So it was like literally
shared
we was, like, in a
accommodation, that's-
fucking-
you had the room.
shared
Yeah.
accommodation in like a boxed house. So it was like, it was about. It was more expensive than I was paying for a rent on a
Yeah.
full But I had a mortgage when I lived in Manchester.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah, I had to sell that because it was me and my mate who had that. That's a long story.
So long story.
So it was a lot more expensive than that to just live in a bedroom.
Yeah.
But then obviously the job opportunity was sick.
But obviously
It's a lot of fun.
being from where you're from,
Yeah.
like ain't up north. Like I might sound a bit stupid here, but it's rough up there. It's not like easy going. Like, do you know what I mean? So what made London a bit more
Attractive.
There's less people.
No, a bit
There's
more,
less people. So if say
a bit more scary for your girlfriend.
say if 10% of an area is rough, but you live in somewhere where there's only 100 people, then there's only 10 odd. Yeah, it's maths. So if you move to South London where there's fucking 300,000 people per square feet or whatever it is, it is rougher.
Yeah,
it is, and it's like you can't even just live in a nice area of a certain bit of London because right next door to it
it's a port.
is a block of flats everywhere, literally everywhere.
Let me tell you, I just went before I come here. I just went Morley's,
Trash.
What happened?
Oh my god! Listen, obviously, I thought I've seen it all. I've been in London my whole life, Londoner, innit? Obviously, you know the difference between North and South London. You know when you're in South London, and naturally being from North anyway, I'm like, South. Sorry, Pete. I'm sorry. But anyway, I was in Morley's, and I was like, this place is rotten, and I love a dirty chicken. But
Yeah, but it's like a busted Sam's, right?
it was horrible. Like there was a homeless man in there begging. Like he was begging, and it was just jarring. Like no, they were telling him to go.
You heard
but
this on
like,
camera.
no
on camera, Nana hates
Man,
homeless
not saying
people.
homeless
Just write that
people.
down.
Not
Write
all
that
homeless
down.
people live in
but
South London, by the way.
It was like he'd asked people 3 times, and some woman bought him chicken and gave him a couple quid. He was still up in there. I was like,
You gotta make
bro.
your golf in it.
And then there was just youths coming in and out. Every youth that come in was looking, giving everyone an eye. And I was just like, and the tables were dirty. And I was just
the way
like,
you was
this is
ripping
just
South, you're gonna get
wrong.
rushed next time.
I know, but I was just like, I'm just never again. That was nearly enough to turn me vegan. And you know me, I don't eat nothing healthy, but I was just so disappointed. I was like, ugh.
Disclaimer, guys, I'm eco-friendly. I love people from all areas, south, north, east, and west. Let's carry on, please.
I've been Morley's like 6 times, and I've only had a good one once.
And where's Morley's predominantly from?
London.
Nah,
The
south.
south of the UK.
That's how you know when you're in south.
I think chicken shops in Manchester and Preston always have red salt, and you don't have that
red
down
salt.
here.
I asked you to bring this to me.
Like Himalayan salt?
Yeah, like
It's just like it's more like seasoned salt, kind of like peri salt, but nicer.
The hell?
And you get that in every chicken shop, like flavored salt rather than just normal salt and shit chips.
Well, that's what I mean.
It's true, like
you lot. I swear, you lot all your chips up there are just all fat chips from just
no,
watching Coronation Street back in the
the French fry in every chicken shop. The French fries, yeah, obviously.
there. Can you bring me red salt next time you're coming down?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because otherwise you're not gonna believe me that it's better.
No.
Well, can we do that? Hold on, bring some red salt and a shot of tequila.
Why
Bang
shot
it.
of tequila?
I know.
No,
It's
you
for
oh,
red salt and
shit.
tequila, man.
That
Did
might
you
be.
sounds
guys all do
nuts.
it with peri?
Yeah, but it'll be nuts, though, innit?
You're an idiot.
That just burned twice though. The salt's meant to
Hey,
not
tell him
burn.
about-
That's the whole point of it, isn't it?
I don't know. I
Wait,
thought
I
it was
don't
to
know.
add flavour.
Tell him about the chip bits. I went out with him before and he was like, "Do you lot not do chip
Scraps.
bits? Scraps."
Scraps. Yeah, so you get like chippy,
Yeah.
and then you get scraps on top of it, which is like, you know, when you get a fried fish and then the batter falls off it. They keep all the bits of batter, so you put the crispy bits of batter on
Yeah.
top, and then you chuck the gravy on.
That's butters, man.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not for me, man.
Because it's like, it's crisp. You used to get that in a chip bomb, so you'd have a
Yeah.
sandwich, and it'd be
Oh
sandwich,
my
chip,
gosh. Oh, no.
crispy batter
Is
bits.
that the thing when they do like chip butties or something when they put
Yeah, it's a chip butty. Yeah, chip butty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fried
Nah,
bun.
No, we don't
man.
fry them Mars
No,
bars.
but
That's
you lot
Scotland.
do
You
the
gotta go a bit
original-
further,
yeah,
a bit
further
further
up.
than where I'm from. Yeah.
You lot are the originators of the chip butty, though, isn't it?
Yeah, chip bomb cake. That's what you call it.
It sounds wavy, but I know it's not, man.
If you had one, you'd both show up right now. I'm telling you, you would. It's sick. When does anything not taste good with a little bit of butter? Obviously,
Yeah,
Mars
true.
bars aside,
yeah. True,
like a
true,
little
true,
bit.
true,
So
true.
chips, if they've got a crunchy bit in a sandwich and it's got gravy as well, like meat sauce, it's mad.
Yeah, I hear that.
Nah,
See,
okay.
you just sold it to
No,
me.
yeah, it's like
Okay.
a
You
vegan
just
meal,
sold
man.
it
It's a
to
good
me.
vegan meal.
You just sold it
Yeah,
to me,
yeah.
And what's
I
your
think
bun?
vegan or vegetarian.
A bit of butter and a Greek.
Alright, vegetarian meal.
Just sold it to me.
Mm.
Calm.
Yeah.
My one thing with you is when you first come down here, you used to moan every week, "I've not been in a proper pub."
You ain't got proper pubs, yeah.
See, this is why. What do you mean? I'll take you to the
Right.
Bricklayers Arms.
I fucking
Yeah,
right.
what is a proper pub?
It's not even a
please?
proper pub. It's I fucking hate all these bars that have like they don't have normal glasses. They always have these fucking shitty straight glasses that make your beer pint flat.
So you want a glass with
true.
like the Stella
You
sign
think-
on
No.
it?
That's true.
The
Yeah,
Moretti
you want it to be
sign.
curved a little bit or like a shape to it. So that's
Yeah,
what keeps
yeah.
the fizz in it. And it's not. And it sounds daft, but it's true. Like you have a flat glass, it makes it flat.
Yeah.
And
hear that.
as well, I hate Camden Hells. It's shit. And it's just everywhere because it says Camden on it. So you all fucking shag the fuck out of it. And it's dead. It is dead beer. It is. It's a fact. And I might be sat here drinking a Stella. That's fine.
Yeah, you
That
should be
is not the
drinking-
most.
what's
It's
other-
not the
what's-
most
you
exotic
should be
beer in the
drinking
world.
other stuff. What
But
is
it's
that?
better than Camden Hells, bruv. I don't like Camden Hells,
Yeah, but no,
especially when you buy it and it's like always expensive. Manchester's as expensive as London now, by the way, so I can't really moan about that.
Why when you just,
City
what
centre.
happened to all these like £2 like £3?
You can still find them
Still
places,
talk
but if
about.
you drink in Northern Quarter, same price like
price.
for a pint as London now.
What would you say the main difference is between up
Yeah.
north and London in general?
You get more of them like banker dickheads everywhere you go down
well, I was
here.
gonna
In
say,
London,
do you
right?
think the people
Where in
that-
London?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But, so that's the type of place.
It's-
Who's taking you to the? That's
No,
where you're going.
You
and
took
getting
me
them.
to half these fucking places.
No, fuck off. No way.
Oh,
You
the
know
only
where I am. You know where I am.
Bricklayers, the
24/7.
bricklayers, yeah. fair
Proper pub,
enough.
Guinness.
But
Jesus, man.
round Shoreditch, you gotta admit, we walked into them like. all
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
yeah. We walked into so many of them. Like, I see what you mean.
And you can't avoid them down here, whereas you can in Manchester.
In Manchester.
You can do everywhere.
What about the people? Because from my experience, like I'd say Northerners are always welcoming. They're just genuinely normally
They are to you.
good people. Why?
Because you're
Because
safe.
yeah.
yeah, but
So everyone's always like, oh, these Southerners are always fucking mean and Northern
that's- yeah,
people
that's
are
the
so
thing.
nice.
We-
It's not true.
you-
There's
you lot
twats up
think-
north as well as the twats down here.
yeah,
bro.
you lot think that we
It's-
think we're above you, didn't it?
Yeah, but you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
It's like them lads,
Yeah.
like banker lads who like fucking.
no, but that's it. Yeah,
walk
even people
and
in
proper
London
Tory
think they're
boys,
better
like-
than people in London. Those people that obviously work in, let's say, Canary
Yeah, of
Wharf.
course.
or
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
They look down.
Start
They
living
look
a
down on like a
constant
normal
fast
life.
life just believe they're better.
Yeah.
That's so it's like there's as many sound people down here as there is up there, but it's just I don't know. They're very vocal about it as well. The twats down here, they're very loud.
What
If
you
they was
think?
that loud up north, they'd probably get slapped.
So would you say like there's a different type of Londoner? Could you tell if you met someone? Could you tell? Right, this guy's from East, this guy's from South, or this guy's from North?
I can tell when someone's from West
Why?
because they shag Harrods. They just fucking shag Harrods. Yeah, proper Fredo looking like, and it just none of it matches, and they've just spent like 800 quid on an outfit for no reason. It looks
they're
like
falling
shit.
into the washing basket.
Yeah.
No,
That,
but that kind of stuff
but that's it. Like I
comes with
can't tell.
experience, though, isn't it?
Huh?
That kind of comes with experience. Of if you've been here long enough, it's like
Yeah.
you know the same way you can look at someone now, you can tell if that roadman is from South or from East. Does that make sense?
Can you
Yeah,
tell that?
100%.
It's just because you've seen enough or you've
See,
been
I
around enough
couldn't
to kind of
tell that.
tell.
Yeah,
I
because
won't be
the
able to tell
East is
that.
a bit more hip
You will tell when
about
after a
an
while.
East. Yeah,
What do you mean?
yeah,
by
I
that?
think you can tell. Like,
Like you're able to easily like decipher like not even easily. You're able to see like okay, cool, based on how this guy's moving, or I wouldn't say necessarily dressing because that could be anywhere in it, but how someone's moving, that whether they're from Northwest or they're from East or they're from South, like it's just something that comes with like kind of intuition. If you've been here for a while, you just and been around those kind of people, you'll start to kind of notice the different mannerisms and the way they move, and that's it.
I would never scare
oh,
Yeah.
you're from Bromley.
Yeah, you're
I could tell when someone's from Bromley.
Yeah,
you. Can you?
Yeah, because they sound like they're from Essex.
yeah.
With the louder.
kind of true, you know.
What is your fit like? Yeah, so that's what I mean. So by when people talk, can't you tell like right, he's obviously from East, like West Ham, like he's
Certain
Cockney,
like
he's-
older people you can.
Mm.
Not people our age, I don't think. Maybe
Like, when you first met me, where do you think I was from?
no idea.
You just thought I
London.
was there.
Just that's just like London to me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
You couldn't tell where I was from.
No,
you
that-
know what I mean?
but
Like,
me-
I'm just sound north.
Yeah, but I think I could decipher if someone's Liverpool or Newcastle or.
Fucking Liverpool
the
and
accent,
Newcastle are
don't it?
300 miles apart.
You know what I
daft
mean?
cunt.
But like, obviously, there's some that
Talking about a 20-minute train. It's a 4.5 hour drive.
Liverpool and
no, but
Manchester,
obviously
right?
there's some people that will look and be like, right, you're just from up north.
Oh, Liverpool and Manchester next to each other, right?
Yeah, they're half
Yeah.
hour away, but you can tell that. You can hear that.
Take the accent.
That's a completely different accent, though.
Oh, listen, people from Brum have the worst accent in the country. So, ooh, why? Who has a worse accent than people from Birmingham?
Bristol.
The posh,
Nah,
no,
Bristol's calm, man.
Nah,
no,
Birmingham.
not like posh people from Bristol are the worst. Have
the
the worst
farmers?
accent, I think.
Yeah,
No, like the posh farmers.
No, yeah, the posh farmers, yeah, with peas.
The ones who are then students and like, oh my god, last night was fucking mental. And you're just like, oh, I can't do this. No, it's one of them ones.
What do you like about London?
To be honest, the best thing is that there's always something to do. Never bored.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll give
And
you
I
that.
get paid more than I did.
What don't you like?
Like,
I will say one thing though. Your haircut's definitely better than when I first ever met you.
This is the first.
Oh, you
this
showed
was
them
the
the
haircut
levels.
I had when I was in
Huh?
high school.
He showed him the levels.
I didn't show him levels. He showed himself.
I had
levels.
this
Take it to
haircut in high
finals
school.
in-
No,
on
he
Alton.
stepped up,
Like
stepped up.
Central London, like when it's mad.
I
busy.
don't
Rush
like.
hour.
I hate Central London as well because my girl works in Leicester Square, so when I have to go and meet her after work, I fucking,
Long.
bro, I hate
Yeah.
queuing.
Tube.
And when they charge you £6 a pint,
I avoid the tube at all costs. I get the bus to work. It
That's
takes me
the
like
worst,
20
man.
minutes longer than if I got the tube, but I just
That
don't care.
is
Peasant
backwards
wagon.
way of thinking. Nah, bus
Nah,
is horrible,
fuck.
man.
No, it's not.
Bus makes me.
My bus is sound 'cause I
bus,
can sit
like,
there
I'm,
and
I'm
have
not.
full
I'm not trying to
cigarettes.
say I'm better than anyone,
I
but
can-
I
yeah.
try my best not to. I got on bus the other day and I was like, oh, I just felt.
I was never comfortable in it.
Yeah, I just hated every minute of it. I was like, what am I doing?
Better than the tube, bro.
Nah,
Especially in winter, tube's alright in summer because you're wearing shorts and t-shirt and that, so you're not that hot. But then you have to wear a big jacket and then get on that fucking Piccadilly line, sweating your tits.
Do you know
off.
what I was thinking today? Yeah. So obviously, someone was telling me the other day that a bigger lady got on the tube and they got up and were like, "Do you want this
Say it
seat?"
with your chest. Say
Yeah,
fat
like, innit,
bird,
man?
man.
Save your chest. innit?
Fat chick got on the tube.
Bloody fat bird, mate.
By the way, we're not fat
Got on
shaming.
the tube, yeah.
Cool.
And the person I know got up and was like, "Oh, do you want to sit down? Like, sit down." She started crying and was like, "I'm not
That's
pregnant.
offensive,
I'm
innit?
fat." But I was thinking, right, if I was a fat chick and people were getting up left,
I'd
right,
hold my
instead of me,
belly,
Nah,
mate. I'd
nah,
be
that's
walking
I would
offensive.
like
sit down. I'd be like, "Thank you." I'll be taking that like, are you dumb in rush hour? That's what I was thinking. So I was just like, what would you do? Would you like in that position if you were a fat chick and someone was like,
If I was a fat chick, I'd hold my belly and stand next to the little disabled fat. Like
Yeah,
that little
yeah,
sat-
just
like
do
chair
that.
there that you meant to get
Yeah,
off the priority
exactly.
seat. I'd stand there like this and hold my stomach all day until someone.
no way
I'd
would
shame
I be
people into
crying.
letting me sit
yeah,
down.
no way I'd be crying.
And then I'd
but-
hold my back while I did. Ease it in.
But me and commuting, that's a whole nother thing. You lot know about this. I've
Yeah.
just got. I'd need to like. I'm telling you, someone could make money. I haven't got the time to do it yet because I'm enjoying my night times.
Cool.
Someone can make money for a year. I'm telling you, 1st of Jan to 1st of Jan. Ride the night train every Friday, and Saturday, 24 hour. Just ride it. A different line every train with a book. Write down everything you see, document it into a brilliant book. People are buying that book and are laughing because you are seeing
Guys,
madness.
just this idea is copyrighted. So.
No one's gonna read that book either because
No,
everyone, everything that mad that happens on the tube now gets filmed. It's on social media.
No,
So
it
you-
doesn't though. There's plenty of like I'm telling you, do it. Like there was that. What's that book? There was the number one seller was that doctor that documented everything that was going on in A&E for like a year. Like that number one
sick.
seller was Doctor Stories in
Yeah.
A&E. It was number one seller last year. I'm telling you,
Yeah, but no one's gonna pay for a
Night
book
Tales.
about you seeing someone shit himself
bro,
on the Northern Line.
people read books. I'm telling you, Night Tales. Someone's gonna do it. Maybe me one day, but I'm enjoying myself right now.
Nana's
You
gonna
can
make
read
money.
that. It's
People
happening.
read books. All right, make a book about it.
And now I have an idea for a gap in the market.
Huh?
I have an idea, a gap in the market, right?
Right, come on.
So you guys are talking about priority seats? Train. How about you get like 4 of your boys and you take all the priority seats, right? And you charge people to take the seat off you.
Like what? £1?
No, like £5, man.
Wait, is Ozzy
like £5.
is Ozzy trying to charge old ladies to sit down on the tube? Because this is what it
It's
sounds
already
like.
bad
You lot
enough
are
you're
savage.
taking.
This
It's,
is-
it's not
Exactly.
discrimination. Old men too, innit?
Because
And
of
fat
shit.
people too.
It's already bad enough you're taking their seats, bro.
Fucking hell.
You already
All right, I'll
did.
work on that one.
So how long do you see yourself here for? Like, you think you're ever gonna go back up?
I'm gonna go back eventually, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Because in terms of buying and stuff, obviously it's cheaper up there as well, isn't it?
Well,
like
it's home,
Would you
innit?
buy property down here? Sorry, you asked that. They might go.
Yeah, that's all good.
Do
Yeah,
you
they
wanna
can hear you. They
do
can
his
hear
question?
you. Yeah. Would you buy a property down here?
I've looked into it already. It's one of them where like
Yeah. But you looked in like.
no, I've
I know
just
where
not.
you-
I've not. I can't afford to buy anywhere that's not a shithole, and then
Yeah.
so it won't make that much money if I did buy it. So it's not worth it. Whereas if the same price, I could buy like somewhere with a garden up
yeah.
north. So it's like
More bedrooms.
it's
more
more
space.
like I'm staying at least for another year. I'm signing on for another year in March, so I've got to stay for at least another year, and then after that, reevaluate 12 months, maybe move back up north. Then, but don't know.
I did, bro.
Might end up stuck down here because
Job.
it's just innit? It's money down here like to be made, where it's not. There's nothing to be made up north.
Obviously, you make more. Down
Obviously,
here,
Manchester I could do.
but if you make more, if you make more down here, but you're not because everything's so much more expensive. Do you think that makes up for it or not?
Well, yeah, because say put a random number, I'm on X amount.
Mm.
If I then turn around to Manchester,
Yeah.
right, wait, start it.
Preston.
Say a random number and I'm on X amount.
Right.
If I then turn around and apply for somewhere up north and say I'm on this amount, even if they're like, oh, we can't quite match that, we'll go 5k under, that'll still be more than I would have been on if I'd stayed up in Manchester this entire time, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And plus, because I've worked for this company, because I can I've worked for bare people now.
Yeah.
Like, you can get better opportunities down here. My experience, I'm gonna come back up north more experienced than anyone who's just sat there in Manchester, sort of thing. Not anyone, like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of sick opportunities up there, but it's just not. It's better for me if I do this now. So then I'll end up on better money. I think in the long run.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Cool.
That'd be
Main
sound,
differences between like Londoners and people from up north. What have you noticed? Apart from that, we dress better, and I feel like we take most of your girls as well. I'm not gonna lie. From my experience, like all northern girls are like, oh, guys from London. I don't know what they see.
This is from what I've heard.
I don't know what they see, to be honest with you. I don't know. It's the
chat
whole
shit,
London
bro.
thing. But we do dress
chat
better.
shit.
For a start, we dress better.
Have you seen him?
Are you crazy?
I'm promoting
Hold
my
on,
own.
what?
He's got a t-shirt on top of it.
No.
He's got it tied up like it's 2009 again, like
Wow,
he's trying
yeah,
to pull
I'm
a
wearing
freshest
American
girl in
apparel as
Fallowfield.
Well, don't even get into this one. Don't even get into this one.
No, but what are the main differences?
Oh, apart from that, we dress better. Fuck off. You still look like you're supporting Arsenal
But
when it's a cold evening.
I'd say you lot are better footballers. You know what I mean? I'll give you
I'm
that.
not.
No, you're not. But I mean, in the general, as a whole, there's
No,
better
I
Northerners.
think London, like, has the South London particularly. Crystal Palace Academy has mad amounts of professional footballers
yeah.
compared to the north of England. Definitely.
No, you lot got ballers.
Who you like? Name one.
Phil Foden.
Yeah, actually, Phil. Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Phil
Old
smashed
Philip.
No, but I think per like square mile, South London's the maddest for
Yeah, there's something in the water
professional
down there.
footballers.
Yeah.
Even like Preston North End, who I support, Daniel Johnson came through the Palace.
Yeah, what
Academy
is that
now.
all about? Because you showed me his IG, yeah. You got his IG. What you got? You got like Crept and that are all commenting on his
Yeah, they all
stuff.
love-
Like
they all
everyone
love
loves
Danny
him off.
Johnson.
Everyone in Grime loves it. It was mad.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he just mates with them all.
But I think he's
assume.
from like Thornton Heath as well, though. So I think there's that connection. Yeah. Oh,
Makes
so you know
sense.
him? Yeah, CP knows. And he plays.
Full leaf connection.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think so.
But you still ain't told me the difference between Northerners and Southerners, like. Because you're always.
There's
out
no
here
like
cussing.
right. There's no definitive difference between us two. You can't be like you're like this. I'm like, but like you two are sat here sipping water. I'm drinking Stella. That's one. I
No,
would.
that's true.
I
You
would.
lot out drinker. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what is it? Thursday?
Yeah, it's Thursday. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
come
good to
on.
go. Yeah, mate. How many down are you?
Don't know. I've not been counting, mate. Not been counting.
He's out here. You that.
So that's Exhibit A. You know.
Yeah.
More fun.
Yeah, I'll give
More
you
alcohol
that.
dependent.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say like you lot were out here in the tracksuits and everything. You lot have always stayed true to like tracksuit fashion.
Nah,
And now in
if
London,
you go,
now everyone's rocking tracksuits.
I don't think so.
What? Why you?
I think we've stayed true to tracksuit when it's
No,
appropriate. Man.
no. People stopped rocking tracksuits only in the last 2 years. Have people started? But he moans. He's like, "What's all this tight?" Because it's all.
I don't
tight
like
now.
tight tracksuits.
Yeah, these exactly. Northerners just stay true
No,
to it.
Northerners still
Normal,
do. I just
real.
don't. I think I'm just getting old,
Yeah.
man. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
but
I
I'm-
like what I like. No, I don't like these. I'm 28. I'm not into these fitted tracksuits. No one,
Should
no
you
one
say,
needs to
like,
see
he
me
got
in like
changed. He
skin
got changed into
thighs.
comfortable clothes today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won't
ever
work.
get
Got
Respect
changed
it,
after
man.
work. Not you got to remember, I moved out when I was 21, 20. I've not lived at home for ages.
7-8 years.
Yeah, so I don't know. Nah, so I never get like. Obviously, I miss all my family and shit, and I ring them all the time, speak to them, but I don't. And I do. So sometimes when I go back to Preston, I miss Preston. I think, oh fuck, I've missed all these lot, and I see all my old mates and stuff like that. But I literally go to one party every year in Preston, and it's always like the sickest night every single time, and I see everyone. But I never. When I'm sat around, I never think, oh, I wish I was in Preston right now, fucking having a fight in Mr. Joe's takeaway or something.
All right, so could you make here home like officially?
Nah, not forever.
Definitely not.
No.
Is
It's the money thing.
when
If tomorrow I was gonna be on 150 grand a year, then I'd be like, yeah, fine, I'll stay in London forever. That's sound.
yeah.
Because I'd be happy then. The fact is, I've not owned the car. When I moved to Manchester, I had to give up having a car because I couldn't afford that.
Yeah.
And then since moving to London, I had to give up owning a house,
Yeah.
bro. So I'm worse off than when I was. I had my own car and a king size bed when I was 20, when I stayed at my dad's house, and I'm worse off now than when I moved out. Keep trying and trying and trying. It's 8 years later, and I have a double bed that now I've got to share with my girlfriend. I say that like
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm,
still, I'm
Enjoy the
moaning
grind. It's a
about.
good thing, man.
But bro, and now I've got. I don't have a car. I have to like drive now or zip cars whenever I want to use a car.
Yeah.
And I don't own a house anymore.
And am I right if I say it's only gonna get worse?
No.
Nah, it'd be fine.
Get better, man.
It'd be fine.
And I'm in the book. Yeah, I'm thinking like I'm just thinking, is it only gonna get worse? Because boy,
It'll get better. It should get better.
what? Because of what? When they sort out Brexit?
Oh, I don't know
hold on,
about
you
that.
talking
Fucking,
about
I
for us
wasn't
to
talking
do
about
that?
No,
Brexit.
I'm talking about.
I was thinking,
just
I'm just
life in general. Like
Oh,
I
the
was just
future.
saying how
I know, it's
expensive
getting
London
worse,
is
man.
and that, and I'm saying it's only gonna get worse.
I don't know,
It's
bro.
only,
I thought you meant for us. In this
like, I
room,
think wages
I'm
are gonna go up, but
No, but standard of living.
standard
Well,
wages
wages
go.
go
I think
Cost
wages
man.
go up, but I think everything else will go up along with it. So make it
Inflation was going, man.
Make it whatever anyway.
Brexit's like a blag, bro. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Would you say like? Because obviously everyone has this big thing about London, you know. I only learned that London was called the Big Smoke when you said it, by the way.
That's got to be like an old like
Yeah, 'cause-
terminology thing, right?
Yeah, from like the Victorian
Miners and
times.
stuff. Or something.
Smoky,
No,
yeah.
not mine. It's when the Industrial Revolution
Yeah.
happened. It was
Oh, is
foggy
it?
as shit.
Yeah. Like
It's like the foggiest city in the
14,
country, so
52.
that's why it's the
Yeah.
big smoke, 'cause there's a lot of smoke now.
Would you
I
say
remember
like it's the dream? Like,
lot
yeah,
are.
move to London. London's sick.
No, not when it was the big smoke, bro.
No, I'm talking about now.
Oh, yeah, we'll all
You lot
get
still
cancer
call
by the
it-
time we're 24. That'd be
You lot
sad.
So I've got another question here. This is going way off tangent.
Cool.
I just thought this is something I was thinking. Like, I have a lot of time to think during my days. Obviously,
Because he does fuck all at work.
yeah, I'm
Write that down.
just out here riding the wave. So obviously, 1917 just come out. Sick film.
Haven't
Sick
watched it.
film. I'm telling you.
What's it about?
But
Go
that guy said there's something
fucking-
racist about it though.
What's it about?
Who? Why do people always? Because there was.
Institutional racism because there was only one Sikh. I was watching.
Yeah,
something on
yeah,
Kids
but
Movie
then
with
that's
some
that's
guy,
just the
man.
world we're in now. Where
didn't get it,
I
like-
feel like basically they put like a Sikh soldier. I didn't even know that there were different color soldiers in World War One like that. But they put a Sikh soldier.
Think about the
You know
British
they weren't
Empire,
World War
bro.
II, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but there's the
Course.
British Empire. It was World War One.
Oh no, you know about World War II.
Yeah, of
cool.
course. Come on, I'm not an
Yeah,
idiot.
yeah.
But World War One. So they put a Sikh soldier in with like the British regiment, and someone's saying that they're just forcing mixed. They've been forcing that didn't happen like that. They fought in their own, I think their own sort of regiment. They didn't fight mixed with the British soldiers. So they're forcing a narrative on us that the World War One was like the British army was mixed. which isn't
Is that
true.
propaganda?
I have not.
No propaganda,
bruv,
but I just say that's the world
I'm
we're in
not.
now. I
I'm
think
not
that-
knowledgeable enough about World War
Yeah,
One
yeah,
to know
yeah.
whether or not that happened or not.
But I just think that's the world now where like people are doing stuff just to tick a box. Like they're making.
Cool. Like
they'll make a black person one of the main characters in Star Wars just to tick a box when really and truly he had no point in being in it anyway. And
Oh yeah,
Oh, the-
that
you know-
other
yeah,
galaxy
yeah.
far
Yeah, so
away
it's-
where
yeah,
there's fucking
yeah.
green aliens. It was so mental that John Boyega was there as well, was it? Fucking little green Yoda
Do you know
flying
what I'm
about.
saying? Like, I think
83 million
now,
old.
Now the stuff they do is not true to they're just doing it just to tick a box, so there's no thing behind it anyway. So that's why they're saying. But anyway, we'll digress from what I'm saying. 1970. We can talk about that later if you want.
No,
But 1917.
not to me because
I don't know whether or not Indian soldiers was doing anything was mixed or not. But I do know that the British Empire obviously brought people
cool.
from
I know they
everywhere
did.
that they owned at the time,
Yeah.
and at the time they hadn't. India didn't have independence then; it was still part of Britain.
Yeah. But
technically.
they weren't fighting mixed. Am I right when I say that?
I believe so. And
Yeah.
the point the person was making was actually, if they wanted to depict Indian soldiers, they should have had a regiment.
A regiment.
Yeah, a regiment. Yeah.
Okay.
But then, and the one thing I'm saying is whether they had the.
Were they the
Asian-
Gurkhas? Was that what it was?
What
No, they're
in France?
Indian soldiers in Belgium.
Yeah.
Most of them was Belgium.
Okay.
area.
But I'm just saying
But
whether
they just
they,
threw one random one in.
whether
and
the
just like,
Indian-
that's it ticked off.
whether the
history,
Indian
guys.
soldier,
Okay,
whether the
okay.
Indian soldier was in there or not, I don't think it would have mattered anyway because
Yeah.
you're watching World War One. And as I was saying, brilliant film. Go see it. Make sure you go see it in the cinema. It's sick. Don't watch it on.
I don't like
TV
war
screen.
films.
Bro. Trust me, the way they show is bad. Anyway, it
Is
made
it
me
the one
think.
where it's all one shot?
Yeah,
Is it this
so they
one?
say,
Yeah.
But it made me think. I was like, because you see, like, sort of like the atrocities of war and stuff, and you're a bit like, rah, that was a bit deep. Because World War One, I don't think we're quite knowledgeable, but us as in school and that we weren't taught as much as we were World War Two. Anyway, what I was saying was, what would you rather do? Would you rather go to war or go to prison?
Prison.
Prison. Hold on, a 5-year stint straight in prison or
You
war?
have more chance of surviving in prison than at war.
And
Is
you're
it?
and
Yeah.
do
Or
you
if
know,
you're on the front
and you
line,
know
No,
what?
of course, but
And if someone fancies you in prison and they're bigger than
Yo,
you,
we're gonna have to fight
you
it.
gotta
And if
remember,
you take me, you
it
make
depends
me a
what
bitch,
type
innit?
of war it is.
Yes,
as well.
that was my
Because
question,
If
because-
it was like war against the Nazis in like World War II or World War One, it's all right. But if it's
Vietnam,
if it's
you're going- I'm rather going
if
prison
it's
than
like,
going
if it's like
Vietnam.
Iraq where we're going and just killing people for to take oil.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I
But
don't.
that's what I
I'm
mean,
not
it's-
putting myself in the
Yeah,
front
you
line
gotta
for
say-
someone
Obviously,
else.
that's what
But
I'm
like
saying,
World
though.
War II saved people's
Yeah.
lives, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be alive if World War II didn't happen. My
Obviously,
granddad was a
yeah.
refugee that came over from Poland after World War II.
Yeah.
So it's like if British soldiers hadn't fought and freed him as a prisoner, he was a prisoner of war.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Ah,
here.
cool, but
If you
this
get
is
me?
deep. Now we're
But
going
that-
through morals and
That's
ethics.
morals, but
that's
I'm
morals
saying,
and ethics.
And a
I'm
blank
saying
statement,
from what I
like-
saw, World
Yeah.
War
But what
One
you're
looked
saying
like
is,
a
but you're
mess.
just saying war, like all wars are the same
No,
thing. Like
no,
wars
they're not.
nowadays
That's what I
aren't
mean.
the same.
It's the type of war. But
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying,
mind that war.
freezing.
I'd be
no,
calm, innit?
I'm saying
I'll
World
do
War.
that.
I'm saying World War One. I'm rather go in prison and big man can
Oh,
have his
World
way
War
with
Two?
me. World War Two. I'm going to
All going to Iraq.
World
You
War
didn't say
Two.
nothing about
I'm
big man
going
having
to
his way.
war. World War Two. I'm going to war.
Why?
What? Because I felt like from what I've
What
seen,
if it was
that war
South
seemed
London
alright.
versus North
Hold on,
London war?
no, that, yeah.
And all your brothers were going, but you was like, I'll just go prison. Soft good.
You're a dickhead.
Come on. What if it was that?
Vietnam.
What if it was that?
Oh, I'm going to war.
But no,
Against South.
Yeah,
You heard
no,
it here
I-
first.
okay,
Nanas
okay.
versus South.
you know, war's long because of torture. If they catch you and need information, they torture you. That's long.
They're not allowed to, allegedly.
Bro.
Oh yeah, that's bullshit, man.
But bro,
Unless you got that cyanide thing where you can just kill yourself.
I'm just
it's
saying,
long.
why Pen, you're at to, that's long.
No, prison's not easy.
Which prison?
Prison or
yeah,
war.
that's what I mean.
Because
I
obviously,
going past your
at
head.
the end of the day, I think it depends what war you're going to.
Okay, hold on. Can I simplify it? Bullets going past your head or don't drop the soap.
Don't drop the soap.
What seems more scary right now, isn't it?
Yeah, don't drop. Yeah, but even whether you don't drop the soap or not, if someone wants you, they're having you. You've all
Hopefully
seen
not.
films.
All right. Put batteries in
Maybe
a sock
you.
in it, man.
Producer, what are you doing? H, what are you doing?
Prison, bro. But
Prison?
I'm a small guy. So
yeah, you get thrown about more than anyone
We're
else.
pretty much the same height. Like we're not much different.
I'm
I'm
not going, war scares
War's
me.
long.
You know all the stuff recently with Donald Trump and North Korea and that? obviously nothing.
So did you actually think that they were gonna send a letter through your door, be like, you have to
Well,
go?
no,
away?
but you think, no, but you always think, what if, and that's
Yeah.
like, because that film 1917, it's all boys and men our age.
Yeah.
It happens.
Younger, yeah.
Hold on, like if they call you up, do you have to go?
No.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you do.
Oh yeah.
What have you got to do with nationality?
No, bro. It was one of them. It was like all men. If you're not disabled, or if you can be. I can't remember the word where you like completely object to war.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Like
But
be
then,
religious
but
or something.
conscientious objector, so you believe in peace and nothing but that. So you can do that, but then I think you still end up in prison then, or
Yeah, I still.
But
take
then-
that.
and
Isn't
then-
there a
Prison.
certain age where they
Come on.
can't call you up, or
yeah, if you're old man or if you're like
Oh, is
15 or younger. 15-year-olds were like lying because they wanted to
Yeah.
fight for the country, so they was like, I'm 18 and just go in.
would you be like, I want to fight for my country?
No, not nowadays. No. If it was literally like Nazism
Yeah.
and like the way it was, and Europe was about to get taken over, and they was just killing innocent people,
Yeah.
then yeah,
Let's have it.
fucking have it,
yeah,
you
no, it
guys.
doesn't- yeah, it doesn't-
Well, bruv, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't. I would never want to join the armed services.
Yeah, but I understand you. Just like an ethical
Yeah,
or
that was
moral
different. That
was
reason to do it.
ethics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody just said, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just said, hey, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not thinking about the consequences.
Yeah, it
of
was.
What was going to happen at the other end.
Yeah. I hear
And I think that was like
Less clued up back
that was like
Yeah,
also
exactly. Now
one
you
of the
see
last
more of a
wars that
lifeline.
wasn't strictly economically backed. Like the only reason wars happen now is to make money for arms companies and to take oil from people. Or
Isn't that what's
et
going
cetera.
on now?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying.
he
That's
said
the only
that's
thing
what
that's
it's in
happening
now.
now.
Oh, right,
Is like it's for economic reasons, nothing
That's
else.
long, bro. Bullet, seen a bomb coming from the air or what? No, take me to prison.
Right, Nana.
Go on.
As someone who's been to like nowhere ever, ever.
Saying I'm uncultured.
Yeah, I am. So
Basically,
if you had to use 5 words to describe the north of England,
Oof.
and you can't just describe the weather,
Alright.
how would you describe it?
Oh, cobbles.
Fucking Coronation Street.
Coronation Street. Cobbles.
You can't say Coronation Street.
2 more words.
Good show, by the way.
One sec.
No, is it 5 words or just 5 things?
5. Five. Yeah.
5 words.
adjectives,
All right, cool.
Cobbles.
Cobbles. All right.
I think you got to allow him the weather though.
Yeah.
All right.
Dull.
Dull.
Yeah, dull. Just dull.
Kind of grey. Yeah.
Grey, yeah, dull. Chimneys. Loads of chimneys. Like,
This
you
This
know,
is
back in
literally
time, man.
just the intro of Coronation Street.
yeah,
He's
loads
saying
of chimneys.
nothing else. A cat walking across a brick wall.
Bare chicks in tracksuits.
Loud
and
girls.
big
Over tan.
earrings.
Yeah.
Over tan.
Yeah.
You know where you're going? Over tan.
I'm
Over-
good at
over
Geordie
fake
Shore and that
tan.
stuff. Yeah, man.
Fake tans.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like trampy chicks just like
Yeah.
pissing in
It's loud,
bushes
man,
and
that's-
stuff.
yeah.
Like mad.
didn't
Like
know more about
loud.
it.
Yeah.
I was
Just
about to be
wanted
offended,
fight.
but that's kind of true. That.
You lot say tea instead of dinner, innit? No, you say dinner.
Yeah.
Do you call a bun a cob?
No.
What is that, man?
Bruv, my
Call it a bomb.
Birmingham. See, he
bomb.
told you Birmingham. Worse.
No, everyone
The
calls it
worst.
something different.
what do you call it?
A bomb.
A balm.
A bomb.
BARM. Bomb.
A
Bomb.
balm. What, like a roll?
Chip bomb.
Chip bomb.
Chip bomb.
Chip bomb.
But I got it spot on about the
Oh.
chicks, right?
No, I
Pissing
want some
in
bars for that,
bushes
man.
and
I want to.
loud.
Nah, not all of them. Some of them.
No, not your missus. Like,
No, she's loud.
yeah, like
She don't piss in bushes.
Basically, I just watch Geordie Shore and just pigeon.
No, obviously,
Like, boom.
yeah.
That's-
They all go. They like wear high heels out and then just walk home like barefoot.
Throw it down bars, isn't it, man?
But then I'm sure like Northerners watch Only Way is Essex or the Chelsea one, and they're like, "Raw, that's what all chicks
shit.
from down south."
Nah,
are
but
like.
they probably watch Top Boy as well.
No, but yeah, I don't know. I feel
like
like
the
Towie and Top Boy
Towie,
are
yeah.
as fake as each other, sort of thing.
See, I
It's
like
just
the
both
fact you know
falsified.
because I was like, "Is Top Boy a real representation?"
Certain
It's
bits of it are, but it's very
exaggerated.
obviously it's like a massive
Some stuff
storyline.
is right.
It's not as bad as power.
Yeah.
I think it's similar.
Do you
But
think-
don't get it twisted. a
Bro,
lot
if
of
they
stuff
would
that
be in
happen on
prison
Top
right
Boy
now if
do
they
happen.
kept killing all these
I'm just
people.
saying. Do you know? So I was listening. Go on. What did you say?
Power and Top Boy, they're both really exaggerated, but Top Boy is a lot less exaggerated than Power. Power is stupid.
But
Yeah.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, but Top Boy, they were stabbing
Boy-
and fighting each other in the hospital.
Like whacking out.
Yeah,
I was
okay, yeah,
like,
alright,
what
cool.
the hell is this?
But depending on the life you live, though, it's
What, you think that happens?
Yeah, but it's still not like if
Not
you
to
do
that
something in
extent,
broad
but come
daylight,
on.
you do go prison.
Yeah.
oh no, yeah, no,
Let's
come
get
on, that
caught.
stuff is bullshit. Anyway,
So
you
they
go.
keep doing
Yeah, that
stupid
stuff's
shit all
always
the
crazy.
time, and it's like no. The only Kano went prison out of the entire thing.
Nah,
And-
what's
Yeah,
the
true.
kid as well, man?
Who?
Dave.
Dave
Oh,
was
yeah,
but he was just the character that started in prison.
Oh shit, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the only out of all the dickheads in the first series, he was just shooting each other all the time. Scorcher died. Yeah, they all just and it was all just shooting each other.
Alright.
Like how many bodies dropped? And
All
then-
that weird stuff that happens in broad daylight, cool. All right, I agree to that. That's exaggerated.
I understand that
Cool.
people buy drugs a lot.
Power's
People sell
definitely more
drugs a lot.
exaggerated
That's-
than.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, of
that's
course it is.
BS,
That's
innit?
daft.
Hollywood, isn't it?
And the fact is, like, no. Well, I don't know this for a fact, but no fucking random drug dealer from the street ends up owning 12 nightclubs and is a mayor or some shit. Like he's like he's best mates with the mayor.
No, I think.
What you think?
I'm not
City
saying
Stranger,
Carter
I think
boys
stranger
with-
things have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, but I'm saying like this soon. This
Yeah,
nowadays.
exactly.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, maybe not, but
Do you
But-
think this, like you said it earlier, but we cut off or whatever? Do you think there is like a dream of like a London dream for people living up north, or not at all? Or do you think people?
most people up north, right, also think if you say the word bath instead of bath, people think you're posh. So they're just like, fuck them
But we
posh.
say innit?
Bath.
Yeah, exactly.
then
So
we're
you
not
just,
posh,
as
but
soon
it's
as you
mad.
hear
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
people
yeah,
will be like, fuck them posh cunts.
Yeah.
Even though you're not posh, but you just hear bath,
Why
path. Oh, pass me the ball, and you're just like, why are these soft?
we're walking
It
along the
sounds,
path,
Half, innit?
it sounds soft. It just
Sounds
sounds soft to
soft.
my ear. Like I hear pass,
Why,
but now I've grown out of that now. But
But one
I
thing
used to
I've
think
always
that.
said, like when people come to visit, I mean, obviously London's nice, it's the melting pot, blah blah blah. But if you want to know real England, real English people, go up north. That's what
London
I always
is
say.
not
I'm
a
like, get out.
reputation.
I was like, London's not a reputation of real England. I don't think because
Why?
it's a
Because too
melting pot,
multicultural.
multicultural.
Multicultural. Yeah.
Like I said, and I think if you want to know real, do you know what I mean? Go up.
Not many people would want to know real.
Well, England, yeah.
But that's what I
don't
mean.
think I wanna know
but
real
then
England,
it's like people watch. But then it's like what people, everyone watch. I'd say what 80% of the characters on Game of Thrones had a northern accent, and everyone's like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's a different.
No,
That's a completely different thing.
no. Stay with me. Stay with me here. Stay with me here. I feel like when you
Wait.
watch that, you're like, even though it's a made up world, that's sort of a representation of like the 1800s or whatever, and the people that had
You
power.
say it's the War of the Roses from like the 1500s.
And where were they were from, where were they from? No, that's the Tudors, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it's a representation of. But they switched it from Lancashire versus Yorkshire to the North versus
Exactly.
South.
And where's Lancashire and Yorkshire? That's outside of
Yeah.
London, right? So what I'm saying is, if you want to know real, like English people, straight up, go up
Authentic English people.
north.
go up
Authentic, go up north.
But yeah, but alright, you should come. Just I'm gonna have to take you on a night out to Preston because
the what I've learned is the stereotype I've built up is that up north's just good for going out. You just go, you go out, you come home. That's what my.
Would you call
like-
Birmingham north?
no South Midland. Obviously,
Yeah,
it's
that's
Midlands.
Yeah, I'll
Midlands,
call
yeah.
Birmingham north.
No, but
Nah,
obviously
I
it's
call it
Midlands.
Midlands.
It
Yeah,
is
it's
the Midlands.
but I'll still say you
Yeah.
go.
People
It's
say
north,
people
yeah.
say obviously people from Scotland and that just think that we live south. There's another like 80 miles of England before Scotland where I live.
That's like
Yeah.
Durham
Maybe
stuff,
maybe
right?
even 100 miles. I don't
Durham's
even
like
know.
Newcastle, innit? But you know what I mean when I say like the stereotype I know of is you go up north, you get pissed, you have a good night out, you come home.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a stereotype that you even wanted to go up north. I thought
That's
you just
the
I
reason
I
why.
think
Yeah, but that's what
I
people
feel
say.
like I
Like,
feel
even-
like
even
I feel like people from London are so London centric with everything they think about that they don't even think of other places.
Nah,
But
he's
when I-
always like when we go in Liverpool, when we
when
go
I,
up north.
when I seen Jay Huss the first the second time I seen him was in Manchester, right?
Yeah.
And he came out and he went, "What's happening in Liverpool?" Right? That's the first thing he said. And then he went on Capital Extra like 3 days later and he was
Apologise.
like, "Oh, I fucking said Liverpool the other day when I was in Manchester. Them places are all the same to me." That's what he said. Because and I just think like that's how London people think. They just don't give a shit. If it's above them, they're just like, it's not London.
And that's why
They're
you
not
lot
ours.
think, and that's why you lot think we're pricks. And it's quite
Yeah,
right,
no,
really.
it is.
It's
Yeah,
quite
that's
really.
why everyone's just like, "Oh, fuck London." And as well, like the amount of money that's spent, the amount of funding that like even things like the studios and things like that. There's no funding for music studios up north and things like that, and arts and things like that. So that's why everyone's like, "Oh, there's bare artists from London, blah blah blah." And it's like because there's no money for that up north because it gets cut. Because London's what makes the money.
Yeah, I was gonna
if you
say,
get me,
who are the
it
artists?
happens.
Who
It
are
does
the
happen.
artists
No, but
from-
that's
Yeah,
what I
I was
mean.
gonna say,
But
they
it
produce a lot
does
of
happen
talent.
like that.
Bugsy Malone.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
Where's
Bugsy
that
Malone. How do
guy?
you think Bugsy Malone
H.
paid for his studio time, bro? He's been rich since he came out. He never didn't have money.
Is that H guy from North was from here?
No, he's from Manchester.
So yeah,
Mist,
cool.
JK.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that there is a massive disparity of
There's a lot
how much
more.
money gets spent on that art funds down here than up north. But obviously, there's more artists move here because of that.
capital.
So that's why it becomes a burning pot of culture
Yeah.
and all that shit. But I'm saying there is like that does happen.
Yeah.
And
I guess everywhere has other points. Like America, LA is a place where people go to.
Yeah,
Make it big.
every place has a point.
yeah, of course, and you do that. It's like New York as well in America.
Well, I guess we just come to the conclusion we need to go up north with Elbow.
Yeah.
I thought you.
Broaden our
He
horizons.
actually likes London a lot more than I thought.
Yeah, bro, I live here. Like I
Doesn't
said,
wanna get
You
bro,
just want to walk out on road
I'd
and
go
something
home.
go on to you.
if I didn't like it, I'd go home. I'm a
Well,
grown
we're
man.
happy you're here, bro, and that's us. this
Listen,
week.
England's a beautiful place, right?
Yeah,
We
England's a
appreciate
beautiful
culture
place,
from
yeah.
all around, and we appreciate everyone's views and all of that. And
I said we're just here chatting ish. We're not here trying to be no agony aunts or no voices of a generation. We're just having a laugh. You know
I do love it when he gets all deep and like philosophical there.
Oh, he's good.
Just
Listen.
Talking shit. one
But
minute,
free
like,
Stellas
Listen,
will
wait,
do
yeah,
to you.
exactly. Wait until he's five
You know when
deep.
there's like someone that's high
Wait
and
until
starts
he's
talking about all the time, you're like, what?
Wait until he's 5 deep. But listen,
No, it's
join
true.
us on the next episode in the Sanctuary Repeats place, and we
Thank you,
got a
Pete.
new pod that's going to be on the station. Station, right? Am I saying the right thing? The
Channel.
It's a football pod. What's it called?
The dugout.
The Dugout.
Oh, shit.
Dugout.
That's out.
That's out on.
Well, it
Well,
was out.
it's going to be out.
Sunday.
It'll be out by the time this comes out.
Comes out.
But
Cool.
listen to the Dugout. Great boys on there. They're gonna be bantering. Like latest episode make you laugh. It's like what Premier League managers can beef. We're not gonna get into that. Who the toughest Premier League manager is, but listen to that, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Cheerio.
Bow. Sick.